Good evening, students. Please write. Please mark your presence in the chat box, and let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes more. Meanwhile, please everybody mark your attendance in the chat box and make sure that your camera and video is off. Good evening, students. I can see
Good
uh,
evening.
a lot of students are still haven't marked their attendance. Kindly do so. Yes.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, Shravani. Good evening, other students. Are you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Deepthi. It's been time. Where have you been?
How are you,
Yes,
ma'am?
ma'am. I'm very busy, so that's why
Oh,
I'm
you
not
were
attending the
busy.
class. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, no problem. It's okay. Um, Let me see. Okay, I can see only 2, 3 students which are new. Maybe Uma. Uma, are you new to my class?
No, ma'am. Yesterday I attended your class. Yesterday.
Okay, and how did you like it? Like, did you like it or did you what?
No, no. It's very nice. I enjoyed a lot, and
Okay.
it's a very
Okay.
Hmm.
With this, let's start with the class. Okay. Okay. Just a second. I'll be sharing my screen in a bit. Meanwhile, rest of the students, please mark your attendance in the chat box. You can find the chat box menu in the toolbar.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Ravani, please mute yourself. Okay. Deepthi, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
And let me know if my screen is... Second. Yes, are you able to see my screen?
1 second, ma'am. Yeah. Audible.
Yes,
Do
Audible,
ma'am.
ma'am.
you think the layout is different today?
Expressing the opinion, part 2. Okay, ma'am. Audible.
Okay. And do you think like I think I have changed the layout for the today. Like you can see me somewhere down at the left corner maybe.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
is it like okay, or is it like what? Is it causing any problem or something?
No, ma'am. No problem. Okay.
No,
Hello.
ma'am,
Okay.
quite okay.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Because the PPT as well as you both are seeing, na? So it's quite good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. However, just give me a second. I think I am a little bigger, so I'll just, um, yeah, this is okay. How about now?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, students, good evening. Today's topic is expressing opinions part 2, right? And because we have already covered the first half in in yesterday's class, today is the second half, and today we will be learning about some advanced sentence starters. Okay, and the reason behind why I just made this topic into two halves is purely because it's I felt that it's better if we just divide the section into two halves, one for the basic and one for the complex. Okay, so let's start. Can anybody unmute please raise your hand and tell me what are opinions? Yes, raise your hand, students. I cannot see, only 3 students. Not very nice. Okay, let's have Dayavati.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Dayavati.
Yes, ma'am. Opinion means to share our thoughts, feelings, beliefs about
Mhm.
something.
Okay, and let's
Thank you, ma'am.
okay, and let's have Sonia.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, expressing opinion, thinking, and thoughts and
Hmm.
uh, feeling and about self.
Okay, thoughts, feelings, and
Yeah, and
have Ravni, please turn off your camera. Why is it every time Shravani that I have to tell that please don't turn on your camera, please don't turn on your camera? Why, Shravani? Why is it always you? Okay, let's go ahead. Gauri Shukla. Gauri, are you new to my class? Gauri Shukla, are you new to my class? Okay, Gauri Shukla have changed, might change his name. Geeta, are you with me? Let's have Sangeeta. Sangeeta, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please tell what are opinions according to you?
Um, opinions are to share to share our thoughts, belief in a such a manner like positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about Deepti?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you
Actually, I don't understand what type of opinions I say. I have no idea.
what am I
Actually,
saying?
I am not attend yesterday class na. I was not attend yesterday class.
Okay, it's okay. Then you can listen to others, okay?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Let's have someone else. Nidhi have explained. Sonia. Sonia, would you like to mind?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to tell me what is opinions according to you?
Yeah, that opinion is very important. Talking with other people and some question and answer. And my opinion is this one, that one, thinking and that time situation and talking with person.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Uh,
am I right, ma'am?
yes, fairly. Let's,
Okay.
okay, with this,
Because yesterday I'm not attending class, so I don't know what you teaching yesterday class.
okay, so you didn't know, you don't know what we discussed yesterday, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Just a second. Okay, not a problem. Just give me a second. I am checking some. Okay, yes. So the second slide is we will be going deeper into expressing opinions, okay? Now, yesterday we talked about how expressing opinions in the part one was merely all how we have to express the opinions, how we have to express the feelings, thoughts, beliefs. Today, we are going a little deeper, expressing our strong opinions. Okay, strong opinions, mostly in the formal situation and more advanced language. Okay, so some of these advanced sentence starters are can I have anyone to read this? Let's have Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. Advanced sentence starters. From my perspective, it seems to me that I would argue that I am convinced that as far as I am concerned.
Perfect. And can you all see that these are a little difficult, a little advanced compared to what we learned yesterday? Okay. Raise thumbs up or maybe do something in order to react. Okay. So, advanced sentence starters. Now, listen very carefully because these are something very new. And I really believe that these are very, very useful when you are into a formal meetings, okay? The very first one is from my perspective. The second one is it seems to me that. The third is I would argue that. The fourth one is I am convinced that. The fifth one is as far as I am concerned. Okay, okay. All of these are used when we have to express our opinion. Now, why are we learning these separately from yesterday class are only because of two factors. The very first, these are more complex, I would say advanced. The second, these are used in more formal situations, and these are used in a more formal situations. Okay, so for example, if you let's say for example, you are in a class, right, and one of your professor seems to notice you, and she thinks that you might have missed today's lecture, you haven't listened to her during the session. So she could say something like, oh, it seems to me that you are a indisciplined student. And if because this is a formal situation, something really formal is going on between a teacher, a professor, and a student, the return is something where you can say is that, as that it seems to me, I would argue that because I am a disciplined student. Can you see how these sentence starters are useful in our in our formal scenarios? Is it, are you able to understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, the very first is from my perspective. So when do you use this sentence starters? You will be using it when you are highlighting how your own perspective is very opposite to the perspective the other person is sharing. Okay, listen carefully how I will be explaining all these and how these are used in very different situations. When we're using from my perspective, and I just told you that you use the sentence starter only when you need to make sure, or you need to point out, or that your perspective is very different to the perspective that is being presented on the table by the first person. Okay, it means that, for instance, let's take an example of okay, let's take an Indo-China war. Okay, somebody who is let's say who is a manufacturer, who have a store, who have a retail store, he or she might be bringing Chinese product from India, from China, and selling it to a higher price in India. Okay, what he or she is doing, he or she is doing a business. He or she is taking something value, some products from a country, labeling it with his or her own stamp, his or her own markets, his or her own shops, and then selling it to the customer of India. Okay, so he or she is in a situation where he or she will not argue or say bad about Chinese products. On the other hand, somebody who is very general, for instance, a person who is an Indian customer, he or she might not believe into the Chinese good. He or she might believe in, in something called as made in India products. So if these two people are having conversation, now you can see, because I have given you some background on both of these people, you can see that one, because of his business, because of his earnings, because of his, his duty towards his business, he or she have a certain perspective of Chinese products. On the other hand, somebody who doesn't have anything in China, doesn't have relatives, doesn't have business over there, nothing. He or she have a perspective or just made in India products. And now, because both of these people have different perspective about only this one thing, we can see that if some the other conversation is happening between both of these people, it will be starting from this sentence starters. For example, if the first person say, oh, I believe Chinese products are amazing. You know, these are a lot cheap, these are reasonable, and it helps me to earn more money. The other person who is just a general, doesn't have any ties from China or nothing, he or she could have a thing. From my perspective, I think it's a cruel thing which we are doing to our country, India. Are we getting this? Did we all get the example that I just told you? Okay. And I can see only one person understanding, which is Sangeeta. Okay, so okay, 3 students. Dayavati, did you understand?
Little bit, ma'am.
What did you not understand?
Ma'am, first thing,
Problem.
product is selling by a Chinese in India,
Okay.
and he and
Dayavati,
she
stay
like
there.
the Chinese
Unmute
product,
yourself.
but
Dayavati,
yeah, ma'am.
unmute yourself, and I will be giving you a a bit simpler example. Okay, then tell me if you're not able to understand. Let's take an example. Okay, very easy. Do you have a kid?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have a kid, okay? Your kid goes to the school. You are one of the mothers who believes in preparing fresh food for his or her kid. On the other hand, you have a friend who doesn't believe in preparing fresh food for his or her kid. Can you tell me, can you understand that how you as a mother and she as a mother have different opinions and different perspectives?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You
Yeah.
are a mother who wants to prepare fresh foods for his or her kid every single morning. She is a mother who doesn't believe in preparing fresher foods. She believes in something butter and bread, jam and butter, something like this. Because both of you are mothers, but you both have very different perspective about giving food to your or packing lunchbox for your children. Now, if you two have a conversation where you are saying, for instance, you say to your friends, oh, I believe that fresh food is very important for my children, for everybody's children. And she, as a mother, says, oh, no, I believe it's not really important. Also, I am working. I cannot manage all these things. Okay. So what she can say as a sentence using this sentence starter is, from my perspective, I am a working woman and I don't have time to make fresh food every day for my kid. Now, did you understand this example? How, from my perspective, sentence starter is used?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
got it. Yeah.
Yes. So this is how, from my perspective, is used entirely when your perspective is opposite to the perspective which is presented, that is being presented on the table. Okay. If I, as a person, believe that online mode is the best mode of teaching, you as children or student think that no, offline mode and coachings are the best. We share entirely different perspectives. Okay. That is how these sentence starter can be used. Let's come to a second sentence starter, which is, it seems to me that. Okay. It seems to me that is used when you share a picture. For instance, let's take, okay, do you know about those psychological tests where they just paint something and you have to tell what you can see in the picture? Do you know, or like, unmute yourself, and do everybody know about those things?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay, I don't
Yeah.
know, a lot of people knows it, but in psychology is a subject. One of the tests that happens is, take a picture, paint something, and you have to tell what is being shown to you or what you think is in the picture. So, for instance, person A can think, oh, it's an elephant. Person 2 can think, oh, it's a monkey. Can you? So both of the people are saying the same thing, but what they are getting or what they are interpreting is very different. Let's take a simpler example. I am presenting a topic to you today. Okay. Dayavati says, oh, this class is very informative for me, and I shall be, and I think that I will be a good student if I revise everything thoroughly. Shravani, on the other hand, is a child who thinks, no, I don't think these topics are very, subject related, something that will help me in the long run. So both of these people are attending the same class from the same teacher and is being given the same material to be learned from. However, both of these students have very different opinion about the same thing, about the teaching, about what is being taught, everything, because their interpretation is very different. One thinks here and the other person thinks here. So both are very opposite. It can be opposite. So did we understand this example?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I
Okay.
understand.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes.
when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
use the second sentence starter, which is, it seems to me that it could be, if I have to put a scenario in front of you, it could be, for instance, let me think about an easy, yeah, this example. For instance, if I just, the example that I just mentioned was, if I ask Devati, what do you think about my teaching? And she says, it seems to me that you are a hardworking teacher, but you don't know how to teach students or children. On the other hand, if if I give a chance to Shravani, she might say, oh, it seems to me you are a nice teacher and you know how to teach children. See, both of these students have very different interpretation about the same being, which is me. Are we getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the third example is, please focus, student. These are little difficult to understand. And if you're not able to understand which sentence starter is put into which kind of scenarios, you won't be understand where to use these. Okay. Let's start with the third sentence starter, which is, I would argue that. For instance, okay, do we know this thing that goes in that brown people or do we all know that we are brown? Like these are white people, there are black people, then there is combination of both, which is called brown. We are brown. Do we know that?
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. And do we also know the thing that's the saying that goes that, oh, brown people shouldn't wear so light clothes, shouldn't put light lipsticks? Do we know?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very nice. Everybody knows that. A person
Yes.
who is a bit darker, or let's say who is a bit browner, he or she is not encouraged to wear light clothes. In generally, it's a social perspective. Okay. Now, for instance, let's think. Yes. For instance, me and my grandmother is going to a shop. We both, I want to buy a sari for me. Okay. Now, I am a person who doesn't think that, oh, brown people should wear light. Brown people shouldn't wear light colors. Yellow is not meant for their skin, blah, blah, something. I don't believe in that theory. On the other hand, my grandmother doesn't belong to my generation, and purposefully she thinks that every color isn't meant for everyone. Meaning, light color shouldn't be put on a brown skin like me. Okay, so we go to a sari and I say, oh, I say something like, oh, yellow suits me a lot. Oh, yellow, I think I would buy yellow because it suits me, it suits my color. And my grandmother comes up with an argument, say, I would argue that color looks good on you. Are we understanding how these sentence starters are being used in situations?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's take an example of a formal situation because we are also putting emphasis on a formal situation. Let's take an example of a boss and a boss and an employee and an employer. Employer is the boss. Employee is the person who is working under the boss. Okay, so the boss says, "We are firing you. I don't think that you are good enough for this company." the employee says, I would argue that because I have been working day and night for this company. Are we understanding?
Yes,
Students,
ma'am.
okay. Is there anyone who didn't understand any of these examples that I just shared with you? Seeing none, let's start with the next example. The next sentence starter is I am convinced. You use this sentence starter when you are absolutely sure about something, that it will happen like this only. It is meant to happen like this only. For instance, okay, let's take an example. Okay, let's take an example that most of our dads, okay, have this habit of getting up early and praying to God, right? For instance, my dad had this thing where he don't even drink water unless and until he prays to God. So he gets up, he brush, he take a bath, pray to God, and then he have his sip of water. He's that punctual in his life, unless until he's on meds or something. He is that punctual to a degree. Now, let's take me and my mother are Gauri Shukla, please don't do this on the screen. Me and my mother are having this conversation where she says, I don't know why your dad, takes up so much time to reach to his office. Or let's say a friend of your dad is in a conversation with you. He says, oh, your dad is every day late. Why does he take so much time at home? Like what does he have to do? Like, does he have to make food or something? And you can say, no, I'm convinced that he has a busy schedule for it. Or I'm convinced that he takes time during for his daily rituals. Okay, let's take a different example where a different example, as in, for instance, you and your friend are in an argument about your best friend. So me and let's say Deepti is in a fight, and we are constantly fighting on a topic. Now that topic is about my best friend. She says, oh, I don't think your best friend is worth your friendship. I say, I am convinced she's a good person. I'm convinced she will not do anything bad to me. Now, can you understand how this sentence starter is used? I am convinced because I'm 100% sure it will happen like this only. I am convinced that Deepti is a mother who will prepare fresh food every single day in order to send his kid to the school. Are you understanding that it will happen? It is meant to happen. I am convinced that it is happening like this for ages. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice. The last sentence starters, please focus as far as I am concerned. Meaning, let's take the example. For instance, okay, let me think about an example. Okay, let's say, okay, got it. I will be using a formal scenario. Okay, you you and your co-worker, meaning both of you are employee, but you are in a same company. You two employees are talking about layoffs. Layoff is when the company is cutting the budget and it's laying off the employees. मतलब उनको fire करते हैं. They're firing the employees. Yeah, and this layoff usually happens in a company when they're cutting down the cost of the company. So you and your coworker are having this, let's say, conversation about how the company is cutting the funds, and they're again firing the people. Okay, and as a person, if I am involved in that conversation, as I can say, as far as I am concerned, I don't want to be laid off. I don't care about which company, I don't care about the company. I don't care about how many employees are there. I don't care about if the boss gets fired or not. I am only concerned about my thing. I am concerned with my, with my checks. I am concerned about my job. I'm not concerned about anything which is happening in the world, uh, uh, unless until it comes to my job. Did we understand this example?
Ma'am, could you explain this in Hindi? Like, what's the meaning of as far as I'm concerned?
Okay, as far as I am concerned,
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
okay, there's no like direct interpretation, but the sentence is more like कि मुझे सिर्फ इससे मतलब है, ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let's take an easy example. Let's take Dayavati example. Dayavati is a mother who believes that fresh food has to be prepared for my kid. One day, his kid comes up to him and he tells that Mama, every friend of mine, their mother gives bread and jam to them. Okay, what Dayavati as a mother can say, as far I am concerned, I will give you fresh food every day. I don't want to think about other kids or other moms. Ki, I am only concerned with you. I am only concerned that you as my child is getting fresh food every day in the morning. I don't care about what other mothers are putting into their kids' tiffin box, or what their kids are eating at lunchtime. Are we understanding this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want someone to read the example conversations for me, okay? Let's have Ankit Kumar. Yes, Janki.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to read the example conversation for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please read the first example.
A. What is your uh, take on climate change? B. From my
Climate
perspective,
change.
climate change.
Change.
Change. B. From my perspective, it is serious issue that need urgent action.
Okay. Sangeeta,
Yes, ma'am.
the second
Okay.
one.
Okay. Do you agree with the school's new policy? I would argue that it's not in the best interest of students.
Okay. Uh, s- can I have someone else? Student, please raise your hand. Deepthi. Deepthi, can you read the third example conversation for me?
Yeah. Should students have a say in school rules? B. It seems to me that involving students leads to better decisions.
Very nice. Okay. Now, I want everybody to raise their hand because we are short on time. I want everybody to form a sentence for me using these sentence starters. So please raise your hand quickly. Everyone, all focus here please. I can only see 3 students, 5 students. Hurry up. Geeta, Harikesh, Gauri Shukla. Okay. Ankit, VK. Okay. Sonia. Sonia, your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Please form a
And
sentence for me.
yeah, from my perspective,
Per
uh,
perspective.
perspective,
Very nice.
yeah, and my opinion, I about any about any तो किसी के बारे में बताना
Yeah,
opinion.
tell about anything.
Yeah,
From my
yeah. My
perspective,
okay. My perspective is I sometimes I feeling sharing with my friends today आज happy and of happiness and talking with my friend and my mother-in-law. So I sharing my opinion.
Okay.
Am I right, ma'am?
Sangeet. Yes, Sonia.
मैं ठीक बोली? Am I right?
Sonia, I didn't understand your example. Can you please write it in the chat box?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Sangeeta, your turn.
From my
May I?
perspective, yeah, from my perspective, the new policy will have a positive impact.
Will have.
Positive impact.
Hmm. Very nice. Sweet and short. Nidhi.
Ma'am, may I?
From my
Who?
perspective, today's weather is good for a picnic date.
Very nice. Also, student, you can use the other sentence starters also. It's not mandatory to use only the first sentence starters. Dayavati. Oh, Dayavati. Yeah, Dayavati.
Yes, ma'am. From my
Please.
from my perspective, uh, we should not backbite any other person.
He should not fight back any other person.
Backbite.
Black fight?
We should backfight. Backbite. Sorry, ma'am. Backbite.
Okay. Okay. Janki,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please form a sentence for me? Please don't use my perspective.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. It seems to me that everyone should don't throw garbage on the road.
Everyone have threw garbage on the.
No, everyone should not throw garbage on the road.
No, it's not going, the compatibility is not happening. It seems to me that you can form a sentence like, it seems to me that everybody is throwing garbage on the street. It's so much polluted out here. Uh, you know,
Okay, ma'am.
you cannot express a single opinion about it. You have to put an opinion which
Hmm.
you are interpreting in a different way and other people can interpret it in a different way.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Ayan.
Yes, ma'am. Um, it seems to me that everyone is getting addicted to Instagram Reels,
Very nice.
and
Very nice.
from my perspective, having 4 times in a day gives you a lot of energy to work entire day.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's true.
It's okay. Ankit. Ankit. Ankit doesn't listen. Deepti.
Yes, ma'am. I would argue that my rules is best. My, my rules is correct. I would argue that.
I would argue that your rules are correct.
Yes, my rules is correct.
No,
I'm
no. You can say
perfect.
something. I would argue that your rules are correct. You
Okay,
can't
okay,
argue your own rules, no?
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Unless until you are saying it into a very sarcastic tone, which doesn't make sense right now.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yeah.
please try again.
Yes, yes, yes. 1 second, ma'am. I have some time.
It's okay. Gauri Shukla, do you want to speak? Uma, would you like to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
I would argue that she is very innocent, so please don't blame her.
Very nice. Very nice. A nice example.
It
Uh,
seems to me.
Gauri Shukla, VK.
from my perspective, perspective, we should not give fast food to our children.
Very nice. Janki,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want to share an example?
Ma'am, I already said that.
It's okay. You give it another try.
Give me 5 seconds.
Okay. Nidhi,
Yes, ma'am. It seems to me that my friend get offended if I share this picture of her.
very nice. Perfect.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes.
I would argue that she was innocent. Don't blame her.
Very nice. Okay. Is there anyone else who want to share an example? If not, please lower your hand. Let's move to um let's move to the word of the day, which is assert. Now, assert means to state a fact or belief confidently. She asserted her opinion during the debate. Now, you use the word assert where you're 100%. Okay, if you want to, okay, when you are accurate about something or you are very assertive about something. Assert is when you are 100% sure about something or the other. If you're 100% sure about a fact, if you're 100% sure about a belief, that if a facts something like fact as in Dayavati is a mother who will every day wake up and prepare fresh food. It's a fact that I believe in confidently. Okay, a belief. Dayavati is a mother who can never give stale food to his kid. It's a belief, and I purely believe in this. I confidently believe in this thing. Then I can use form a sentence like I I b- she I think no. Okay, Sumedha asserted her opinion about Dayavati being a mother. Like she have put a lot of confidence into her opinion about when she's talking about Dayavati. Or Sumedha asserted her opinion about Dayavati being a mother, being a nice mother. Can you understand the difference? Are we all getting this?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. I
ma'am.
got it.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so you use this word when you're 100% confident about the fact or a belief about something or someone. Okay, for instance, let's take another example. Okay, if I know that my mother is allergic to sunflowers, okay, I am assertive. I can say that I am assertive that I told the shopkeeper to give roses because I know she's allergic. So I cannot even tell the florist to give me some sunflowers. Okay. With this, we have come to the end of this class. Is there anyone who have any questions for me? It seems to me the music is a little loud. Okay, perfect. The picture could have two perspective. This picture could have two perspective. Very nice. Okay. Okay, student. Is there okay, VK, do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. Sentence assert. Children like to assert their independence from their parents.
Very nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else who have a question for me? If not, this was it for today's class, students. Today we learned about expressing opinion, part 2. The very first half we covered in yesterday's class, and today we completed the other part of the class. So let's meet tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is let me check what is tomorrow. Oh, today is Thursday. Oh, okay. Tomorrow is Friday. We will meet tomorrow. I wish you well for the rest of the day, and Please revise everything. Everything is on YouTube. We go live over there. And thank you for attending today's class. Good evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye. Good evening.